I like that statement. She won't be part of a machine that pushes a highly politicized agenda on our most vulnerable constituents, our children. When's the last time you heard a politician speak like that? To say anything like that in that kind of support? You haven't. They don't. They won't. Well, everybody, it's a real case of the Capulets and the Montagues. The Tutsis and the Hutus, I guess. Is this the turning point? Are we entering a turning point? Could the tide be turning? I'm talking about, of course, the backlash that many Americans now are expressing, particularly parents of school-aged children, to their local school boards, about masks and about agendas, CRT, etc. A lot of the school boards are mandating that children as young as 2 years old have to wear a mask. This is all over, not just in the United States. There is a country, Ireland, I understand, that they're not going to do that. They will not do that. In fact, they did a study proving that masks are really unsafe, particularly for young children. They called it akin to child abuse, essentially, in their report. There hasn't been a report, no comprehensive study on masks here in the United States. Just junk science and do it because we say so. And talk about the jab mandates. We're hearing about those. Healthcare providers, hospitals, hospital groups, airlines, Google, Walmart, etc., Disney. There's lots and lots and lots of companies, because right now the federal government, as the alleged president said, we're not sure if we can go after this legally, mandates that is, but we're looking into it. So meanwhile, private business, I don't know how private you could call it when they're monolithic, entities, but so they're going to do the work. They're going to start it. They're going to start the trend. They already have, okay? And then, I saw a video of a woman on the school board in Norman, Oklahoma. This one member says to the rest of them and to the audience there, the parents there, quote, "It's insane to send 5 to 11-year-olds to a classroom where people can spread a deadly disease. It's just not okay for kids to commit murder by coming to school without a mask." End quote. It's not okay for kids to commit murder by coming to school without a mask. Insanity. In Australia, in Sydney, with the whole virus thing, the military has set up decontamination tents in the driveways of people's private residences in that city. They've got the city locked down. They're under martial law or whatever their version of it is, whatever they might call it. I mean, can we believe what's happening here? There's videos of that. I mean, you can see it. They've got it shut down. Their health minister, or whatever you would call it, their health minister had come out and said, I know that you're going to be out, or when you're out, if you see somebody you're going to want to talk to them and everything. Don't do that. There's a time for that, and that time's not now. Right now you need to avoid people. You need to avoid people, avoid talking to people. I don't care if it's your friend, your neighbor, your mother, your brother, whoever. Avoid people. It's more of the othering, in my opinion, more of the separating us all, pitting us against each other, and then, having us avoid each other, so that we're just loners on an island all by ourselves. Said, now's not the time, she says. But someone on cable news yesterday said it pretty succinctly, in my opinion. When the government tells you who you can speak to and where, when it tells you not to be friendly to your neighbors, you've crossed a line into totalitarianism. And that's where we're headed, end quote. There was a parent, a guy who actually has a, some kind of radio show, I think. But he's a parent, in Franklin, Tennessee, Williamson County School Board. He's at the school board meeting. Again, I think this was yesterday. I saw the video earlier today. And he up there proclaiming the gospel of what I believe anyway regarding all this stuff. He says he's kind of in their face, right? And has the floor, right? In front of what I understand to be thousands of parents that were in attendance to this thing. And he says, among many other things, he says, I feel bad for all these people walking around in masks, engaging in cosmetic theater, thinking that they are making a difference when it comes to this virus. He went on to say that 25-year-old folks and under have literally, and this is data that is available, okay, that people 25 years and under have a 1 in a million chance of dying from COVID. That there's a better chance of being struck by lightning. He asked the board then if they ever mandated masks for the seasonal flu. And then he goes on to say, well, shame on you if you didn't, because Williamson County kids have been in more danger of the seasonal flu than COVID. He goes on to tell them that, proclaims to the crowd, don't let your kids wear a mask, and they erupt in cheering and applause and, supportive response, basically. And it just goes to show you that people are fed up. People are fed up. Is it enough now? Is there still time? Can we turn this around? Is that where we are? Is enough people waking up now that, that people will actually start to do the things that the left knows how to do? That anybody who really achieves their goals in societal change, some of the tactics, getting in faces, and in numbers, and taking care of business, changing the paradigm. It's just insane to me. On to the education part of the agenda, the CRT, like I've mentioned earlier, it's the crazy. The state of Oregon, you probably heard, they've dropped the proficiency requirements for math and science and reading comprehension. Well, you might ask why. It's because it's racist. It's for equity, right? It's insanity is what it is. At a school board meeting in Loudoun County, Virginia, you've probably seen this one too. The teacher that quit right there in front of them. There was a bunch of people that were speaking, parents, teachers, otherwise, about this CRT. And you guys know what I'm saying when I say CRT. I'm not going to say it out, the whole thing. But, it itself is racist, a racist social agenda being perpetrated in our schools. The agenda, one teacher says that they are promoting division and racism. I agree. She was told in one of her equity training sessions that she had to attend, her and all the teachers, quote, white, Christian, able-bodied females currently have the power in our schools, and that, quote, this has to change. She said that she would no longer be a part of a machine that pushes highly politicized agendas on our most vulnerable constituents, our children. I like that statement. She won't be part of a machine that pushes a highly politicized agenda on our most vulnerable constituents, our children. When's the last time you've heard a politician speak like that? To say anything like that in that kind of support? You haven't. They don't. They won't. I'm the Real World Prepper. Thanks.